Day 30 of the zombie outbreak. There was no sign of anyone else alive in the city. But suddenly a note came upstairs. Hello, I have been watching you for a long time. Things went wrong at first. I received a message from my boyfriend Lin Yan. I may not be able to go back tonight. A mutated squirrel was found in room C yesterday. Existing indicators suggest that it may be a novel virus. I bounced out of bed with a shrewd look. Mutated novel virus. The boyfriend is currently working at the Research Institute engaging in virus-related research. So this information is true and reliable. I stared at the message for a long time and couldn't speak. I've been reading a lot of doomsday novels online recently. If such a crisis does break out, a large amount of survival materials must be stocked to lie down safely in the apocalypse. So I immediately brought my cat Nika, getting ready to go to the mall. Although Linian didn't say anything like the end of the world, but I feel prepared. After all, there was also a virus. Let everyone lie at home for 3 years. As soon as you enter the mall, I just pushed to shopping carts and swept the goods like crazy. Rice, instant noodles, canned jerky, compressed biscuits, and so on. This easy-to-preserve vegetarian except food, for cilantro-flavored instant noodles. Everything I could. I don't know what kind. Exceptional people like this instant noodle. Then I grabbed a tissue, sanitary napkin, disinfectant, etc. If there is a virus outbreak, hygiene must be paid attention to. And I also grabbed enough cat food. Cat litter is doomsday. I don't want my Nico either. Suffer with me. Finally, I found that the shopping carts were simply not enough. I just waved my hand and called the staff. All delivered to my door. The staff's smiling eyes are almost out of sight, but a little bit. I was puzzled and asked why I bought so much. I want to open a commissary. Bitch, I can feel the smiles on the staff's faces. The intention is gradually stiff, but the mouth is still flattering. Boss, you are really... Hey, your business mind is broke. I guess they think I'm mentally ill, but who cares? Ask the staff to help me move things back. When the 2 second bedrooms in the house are placed, it's already past 5 p.m. Fortunately, when I bought the house, picked the largest apartment in the community, that kind of 42 meters per floor. If there is a virus outbreak, there's plenty of room at home to stock up. I stood in the living room and looked around, thinking about what else is necessary. Nika just jumped on the water dispenser. Meow at me. At this time, there is still 1/3 of the bucket left in the water dispenser. I suddenly realized my omisio. Sure enough, the novels are all fictional. How could anyone be able to do it in the first place? So comprehensive. Seeing this, I immediately dialed the number of the water delivery master. Asked him to bring me all the water in the store. Not for a while. 120 buckets of water filled my third room. Busy day. I feel like my body is breaking down. So I decided to check out doomsday novels online again. Mission check. As soon as you turn on the phone, I received Lin Yan's message. Don't go out for a while. The infected animal in City B is also a chick. My brain is racing. Chicken, that's not what everyone eats. It's contagious. Not sure yet, but it's possible. What happens if you get infected? After this is sent out, it took about half a day to reply. If it's mild, it's probably just like the flu. In serious cases, you may become a zombie. Zombie, I was stunned in place. If there are really zombies, wouldn't that be the end of the world? I just thought I was making a fuss. I didn't expect. Lin Yan has given an accurate answer. When I think of zombie movies, the endless corpses, I couldn't help but shiver, so I immediately made an appointment with an installer online. Come and install multiple anti-theft nets for my home tomorrow. Replace the glass in the house with knives and guns. Bulletproof glass. In addition, I'm also going to put an extra fire door outside the door. Subsequently, I placed a bunch of orders on the takeout app guy. Standing fever. Cold medicine. By the way, many tools have also been ordered on the shopping software. In case. If something breaks in the house one day, it will be bad. However, Lin Yan's message was sent again after a while. So, what did you buy? I felt speechless. Just 2 words back to buy your life. Wait until I open my eyes again. Already the next day. After picking something out last night, I actually looked at Maggie. Doomsday Video accidentally fell asleep. At the moment, the battery of the mobile phone is only 18%. And it hit me. I even forgot a top priority, electricity. I immediately opened the shopping software. Another brain ordered a lot of power banks. Remarks the fully charged ones are being shipped. And I was out. Purchased a lot of solar charging gadgets. However, when I come back, I suddenly smelled a familiar stench. Look around. Sure enough, Nicole took a dump. However, when shoveling, I suddenly realized a problem. How should I flush my toilet if the water stops? And then finally, I saw in Nico's retarded eyes, simulated squatting in his cat litter. The scene of shitting on the bossy. It seems acceptable, so I ordered more cat litter. Home delivery. When taking the courier, it just so happened that the master who installed the door and glass also arrived. Such a beautiful terrace. Why install so many layers of barbed wire? Are you going to put something? No, I'm just afraid of the cat falling off. I casually perfunctory to sentences, but it quickly dawned on me. It's a pity that this part of the terrace is not used. But supplies cannot be stored here. If the apocalypse does break out, rice supplies will become a place of arrows. In addition to a small pool for goldfish on the stage, nothing else. looking at the water pipe in the sink that is still changing the water. I suddenly had a bold idea. And there's a lot of light. You can grow your own vegetables. So I opened the delivery software. I placed an order again. Fertilizer, seeds, and other materials. Because my planting skills are not good. I picked out some good ones. Feeding lettuce to grow. Then I discussed it with the master again. Let him call his decoration colleague. Help me build a flower bed along the edge of the patio, since that goldfish is Lin Yan's favorite pet. Therefore, the pool has not been removed for the time being. After all the renovations are completed, it's already 6 p.m. After they left, I put the door to the fire escape. I also installed the anti-theft lock I bought, because the apartment I bought is 1 floor per household. The parts on this floor of my house are only me and Lin Yan can come up. Only the stairs to the fire escape. Plus, we live on the 23rd floor. It's even less likely that someone will enter my house from the balcony. Just after I made all the arrangements, the phone suddenly received a message from Lin Yan. She was found to be infected this morning. The blood sample taken from the human body has been delivered. Today, all known infectious viruses vary widely. The Institute has no countermeasures for the time being. What are the symptoms of infection? Dizziness and high fever. Someone went to see City Hospital for examination this morning. I thought it was just a normal headache, but in the afternoon, that person has organ failure. The hospital couldn't find it. It was just reported to us. And judging by the rate of exhaustio, that person was gone in 2 days. When will you be back then? Not today. Tomorrow. Let's take a look at this virus tonight. Is there any research strategy? Then you must pay attention to safety. In 2 days, if there is a zombie outbreak, then leave it. I have less than 2 days to prepare. I watched the video of the end of Magi several times that night. In my drowsiness, I fell asleep. However, I woke up I was awakened by the news of the work group. Have you all seen the news? It has been temporarily suspended recently. Don't come to work. Everyone stay at home. Information that catches your eye instantly swept away my sleepiness. Is the news a zombie explosion? I frantically opened the news software. Recently, a new type of infectious disease has appeared in Please take protective measures when going out. Wear a mask. Wash your hands frequently to avoid infection. City where I am located is only separated by City B. City C discovered the mutant squirrel first. Then infected humans were found the next day. According to this time, the one that will infect humans tomorrow should be B. Yes, it is when the infection has not been found for the time being. It should be the safest for the time being. But as I thought about it, there was a sudden knock at the door. Suddenly my heart was pulled. I pricked up my ears and listened carefully to the sound outside the door. Due to the addition of many more doors, the sound wasn't clear. So I opened the surveillance software at the door. Suddenly, a familiar face appears in the picture. It's Lin Yan who's back. So I went to open the door for him. As soon as he entered the door, he showed a tired face. The situation is not optimistic. Those who are not at the graduate level have gone home. He looked up at the supplies at home with a surprised expressio. But soon he understood. What are the things I bought these days? I thought it would be easier for him. But the next second he sighed. Told me about the horror of this virus. Original. The patient who went to see City Hospital for examination a few days ago died. Organ failure. But preparing for autopsy at their institute. It's time. The patient comes back to life. Live. Alive. Has he turned into a zombie? He nodded dumbly. It's as if I don't have the strength to admit it. Although I have considered the worst case scenario. People can really become zombies. But I never thought the zombie outbreak will come so soon. And Lee Rock's mood also began to become a little unstable. I faltered for a long time. I just found out. Turns out his best friend died at the mouth of the zombie. His shoulders began to shake involuntarily. I know he was crying. I patted him on the shoulder with a hand for comfort. But Lin Yan took my hand and said, "This virus outbreak? Not like those movies at all. It's as simple as the novel says. It only takes 48 hours for someone infected with the virus to attack. But it was bitten by a mutated zombie. In 10 minutes, he will be assimilated into a zombie. I don't know how to comfort his anxiety. I can only accompany him silently. Wake up. I just heard the sound of hitting the wall from the living room. Leave the bedroom. I just found out it was Rock is installing sound-absorbing panels on the walls of his house. Don't be so cautious. Do you still want to install a sound-absorbing board? I'm a little puzzled. After all, we live on the 23rd floor. What sound do you want to make? You can't hear me downstairs. However, after Lin Yan installed the last sound-absorbing board in the living room, say solemnly, I'm not afraid of zombies. It's the person who hears the voice. Lin Yan's serious expression made me realize, and he was right. The most terrifying thing in the end is always the human heart. Just in case. Lin Yan took advantage of my sleep. I even went out for a walk. Almost all supplies in the city now. Drugs have been swept away. I tried to grab some back. After all we can think of. And so did everyone else. At the same time, bought a professional solar generator and rainwater receiver. After all, how long will this zombie outbreak last? No one can tell. The people in the office told me today. There must be an infection too. It's exactly what I expected. Fortunately, a teacher has not found it for the time being. We should be safe for another 2 days. I didn't get Lin Yan's echo when I said this. I have some doubts. Looking up, I saw him frowning tightly. The necessary infection agent. I was on a business trip in H 2 days ago. Cydia is not safe now. and Lin Yan suspects someone ate an infected animal. So how did animals get infected with the virus? Lin Yan and I were lost in thought for a while. There must be some specific medium that caused the spread of the virus. But what would it be? Miko is lying on the balcony. The sound of meowing interrupts our thoughts. I went to the door. See? The only little goldfish in the pool turned over. Yesterday, this little goldfish was still alive and kicking. How could he suddenly die today? Lin Yan, staring at the live pump in the pool that is still delivering water. His face was a little flustered. He quickly took out the test strip from the room towards the pool. However, the moment the test strip just touches the water surface, the test strip turned completely black. But the water in the pool is still clear. Nothing has changed. And I stood on my head. Lin Yan on the side was also shocked and speechless. So the thing that really makes life change is water. Just thinking about this, I quickly closed the sluice at home. Avoid recognizing water sources with viruses. And the forest rock on the side. This latest discovery is being reported by phone. Towards evening. Urgent news is on the TV. The general public, do not touch the water in the faucet. According to the latest news, many reservoirs in our country have been seriously polluted. Please try to drink bottled drinking water. This urgent. The news was played on a 5-minute loop on TV. Online water source. The news aroused the discussion of many netizens. Everything is said under the comments of the news. Some of them said there might be zombies. The end of the world has arrived. But most people don't believe it. However, at this time, a woman's scream came from outside the window. I got up from the sofa in a panic. I only see Lin Yan staring downstairs thoughtfully. It took a long time to say a word. Zombie. Here it comes.